Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm really in the mood for pizza, but I don't have time to make a whole pizza later this evening. I'm going to be really busy, so I thought I would throw together a pizza soup, and I'm going to bring you guys along to show you how I make it. I'm going to be doing this in my slow cooker, so I'm starting this really early in the day, so it'll be done when I'm ready for it. And the ingredients that we're going to need are 2 pounds of Italian sausage that I've gone ahead and browned up, and I'm using the hot Italian sausage. The regular is fine too, it's whatever your family prefers. I have about a half of a pound of Canadian bacon, and I have about a pound of pepperoni, and I use the stick and then cut it into quarters. I find that the stick works better for this than the slices. The slices tend to disappear in the soup after it's cooked. In this bowl I have all my vegetables. I've got 1 large sweet onion, 1 large purple onion, and 1 large yellow onion. I also have a whole orange bell pepper, a whole yellow bell pepper, a whole red bell pepper, which you can't barely see, and I also have a whole green bell pepper, as well as I think it was an 8-ounce package of mushrooms that I went ahead and quartered up. And then I've also got 1 large can of sliced black olives. If you don't like black olives, you can leave this out. This is basically all the toppings that you would put on top of it, like a supreme pizza. I've also got a couple of jars of pizza sauce. You can use your favorite homemade. I just happen to be out of it, or your favorite jarred. And I've got a couple of containers of beef broth. So all I'm going to do is dump all these ingredients straight into my slow cooker base. So let me move this stuff out of my way. And I will quickly bring this over. Whoop. And I'm just going to start with all the vegetables. This really comes together very quickly, and if you have the time, you can chop all your vegetables up the night before and let them sit in the refrigerator. And I forgot to mention, I also had a spare leek in the house, so I went ahead and just sliced it up and threw it in there as well. If you don't want those or you don't like them, you can certainly leave them out. In fact, any of the ingredients that I'm adding in here, you can leave out. It's all, you and your family's personal taste when it comes to this. So there we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add the meat in. And you can customize the amounts to your family's needs. If you don't have a large family, you can certainly scale this down. So I'm just using the amount that I need to be able to feed my family for a couple of days. We'll probably have leftovers for lunch tomorrow, if not for dinner as well. Alright, so let me go ahead and add the first jar or container of beef broth. And all we're looking for is just enough to cover all the ingredients. And I'm going to go ahead and add in a jar of pizza sauce. There we go. And I'm going to definitely need the other container. But let me get this started to stir in. It smells good already. It smells like a pizza here in my house. Alright, let me go ahead and open up the second jar. And then with this one, I'm going I'm going to pour some of the beef broth into these jars just to get as much of the pizza sauce out as I can. And I'm going to add this container in as well. There we go. And let me get the other one. Alrighty, let me get this all stirred together. And then I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper to this. Now, when I cooked down my sausage, I went ahead and added some additional red pepper flakes to it, which is totally optional. If you don't want yours spicy, you can leave that out. It's all, according to your taste level when it comes to this soup. It's easily customizable. So let me grab my pepper really quick. And just give it a sprinkle. Now at this point I am not going to add any salt to it. I'm going to let this cook all day on high. Probably for about 4 hours. Then I will drop it down to low for an additional 2 hours. Or you could cook it for 8 hours on low. All on what timing you need for this. And you could also do this on the stove if you had the time to sit and kind of come in and stir it every once in a while. But doing it this way, it really is a quick dump and go. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and get this set up over on my base and let it cook all day. And I will bring you guys back later when it's just about done. Alright guys, I've got about another half an hour before the soup's going to be done. So I thought I'd whip up a quick batch of breadsticks to go along with it. So it would be kind of like a little bit of a pizza crust so that we could dip into our soup. And all I've used is a small version of my homemade pizza dough. I just simply cut all the ingredients in half when I made it. And I've let it sit for 10 minutes after I kneaded it. Now all I'm going to do is transfer the dough over to my cookie sheet. And I've gone ahead and lined it with parchment paper. But you could use just straight olive oil on the bottom if you wanted to. Just anything to prevent it from sticking to the bottom. And now all I'm going to do is just start spreading this out on our cookie sheet. And just take your time to work it out. And it's not going to go all the way to the edges. You just want to spread it out about as far as you can without making it too thin. Because I am not going to be letting this rise anymore. It will, it will rise a little bit in the oven. But I'm looking for like a flat breadstick more than a big puffy dough. So while I'm doing this, I would like to remind you guys of the Gamers and Geeks playlist that JP Death and I have going on our channels. If you would like to be a part of that, it's really easy. All you have to do is go out and make a cooking video and then post it to your channel. And once you've done that, let either JP Death or I know either in the comment section of our latest cooking videos, or if you are a part of our Discord servers, you can let us know over there as well. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. I still have a big poofy amount right there in the middle. I think that is going to do me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil across the top. And this is just going to help our ingredients stick to the top of our breadsticks a little bit better. And I don't really want an awful lot. I think that is going to be perfect. So let me get my hands washed up really quick and we will get the toppings on here. Alrighty, the first thing I'm going to add is just a little bit of granulated garlic powder. And I'm just going to simply sprinkle that across the top. This is one thing I really love about this pizza dough that I use. It's extremely versatile. And then I'm going to add a little bit of parsley to it. And this is dried parsley. I think that looks pretty good. I don't want to put too much on. And then I'm going to add, I've got a bag of Italian style shredded cheese. I'm just going to add a very small amount of this to the top. I want to make sure I get a little bit of it all the way around. Maybe a little bit more right there. Don't be too skimpy. And then the last thing I'm going to add is just some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And I know there is some in the Italian blend, but I wanted just a little bit more than what's actually in there. Alright, I think that is looking pretty good. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and transfer this over into a 350 degree oven for 15 minutes. And by the time this is out and slightly cooled, our soup should be ready. And we'll get a plate of it served up for you. So if you guys give me a few minutes, I'll be back. Alright guys, our bread is out of the oven, but now we need to turn it into our breadsticks. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that by cutting right down the middle. And then just kind of cut it into strips with our pizza cutter. Oh, it smells so good, guys. And the pizza soup, I should say, is done and smells delicious as well. I cannot wait to dive into a nice warm bowl of it. There we go. Probably should have taken these off of my cookie sheet. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. I can get in here and get it cut just a little bit better for us. Oh wow, it's nice and soft, just like a really good breadstick should be. Whoop. And extremely hot. I really just took these right out of the oven. There we go. So there is our breadsticks. And I've gone ahead and fixed up a bowl of our soup. And all I've done is, after letting it cook for 6 hours on high and about an hour and a half on low, I've gone ahead and just topped it with some mozzarella cheese. And let me tell you, it tastes exactly like the topping on a supreme pizza. It is so good. I really enjoyed the flavors of this. It's absolutely perfect on a warm fall night like tonight. Let's get in here and try a little bit of our breadsticks with it. Oh, wow. It feels like I just got pizza from my favorite pizzeria. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, leave me a comment down below. If you guys tried this recipe out, let me know how it turns out for you. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist, as well as my Fallout cookbook and Elder Scrolls cookbook videos. I will leave links down in the description to them. But for now, thank you so very much for joining me today. I've been Ball Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one.